Grandma, don't wet the bed tonight. And I would, please God, don't have my brother wet the bed tonight, and he would. And it was extremely embarrassing to him and caused a lot of emotional pain for him as well. My youngest son was a bedwetter. However, he only wet the bed sporadically, maybe once a month, maybe it'd go 6 weeks, maybe it'd be every other week or something like that. To me, that was no big deal because I had seen the effects of a nightly bedwetter, so I didn't even make any kind of an issue of it as far as my son was concerned, because to me that was a blessing that we didn't have to deal with the nightly problem. However, when I was in a position where I learned a great deal about bedwetting and the effects that it does have on children, I was surprised and dismayed to realize that it affects children far more strongly that are the sporadic bedwetters. The nightly bedwetter knows they're going to wet the bed tonight. It's a given. Even if it's 5 out of 7 nights, it's a pretty well-known fact they're going to wet the bed tonight. Where the sporadic, once a month or once every 6 weeks, 2 weeks, whatever it is, they go 4 or 5 weeks, they think they quit. And then when it happens, it's devastating. It's starting the cycle all over again. I went back and apologized to my youngest son and telling him I did not realize, is this a fact? And he confirmed that he did go through this many, many times, thinking, I quit, I finally outgrown it, and then he would wet the bed, and it would be very devastating to him. How I got further involved with bedwetting, Enuresis, I had been in real estate for 17 years. I was fried, I was burnt out, no more, couldn't take it any longer. I was studying hypnosis and wanting to get into the field of helping people in one way or another. And I happened to be driving back from a hypnosis meeting in Chicago. I live in Janesville, Wisconsin, about 100 miles north of Chicago. And I heard where hypnosis, they were talking about enuresis. And the 2 most effective methods of treating enuresis was this company that came into the home and sold the pad and the program where you wrote in weekly reports, what have you, and hypnosis were the 2 most effective ways of treating enuresis. It was just a casual mention that stored away here. When I did finally quit real estate, I happened to see an ad in the paper, a consultant, traveling consultant for enuresis going into homes. I answered the ad, and it was this company that sold the pad and the bell and the program. I was hired by them, and having just, can you imagine, I always wanted to be a traveling sales lady. I always thought that would be so cool, and stay in motels and eat out all the time. My kids were grown and married by then. I answered the ad, got the job. It was for this company that sold the program, put 20,000 miles on my car in 3 months. That was enough of traveling sales lady. I learned very quickly, no, I don't think this is a life for me. Did very well with the company, tied for first place in that 3-month period out of 50-some salespeople. So I put my heart into it while I was there, and it was an illness that caused